Sure about giving Zac Efron an audition?
His last film grossed 400 million, so yes.
Sure, but is he the right choice to cast as Ted Bundy?
Our hands are tied. The studio says we have to give him an audition.
Are you the studio head?
What's your point?
Hello, I'm Zac Efron. So, Zac, how was your experience, or what makes you feel prepared to play Ted Bundy?
I've had the opportunity to play 1800s Troy Bolton in The Greatest Showman, 1950s Troy Bolton in Hairspray, Troy Bolton, and now I finally feel ready to stretch myself, take on serial killer Troy Bolton, Ted Bundy.
This is the perfect project for this stage of my career. See, I finally graduated from playing hot high school seniors with a musical bent to playing hot college seniors, often with a musical bent. But my agent says I only have a year left playing 19-year-old. She's worried it's starting to get weird. Long story short, we're a little behind on my transition into serious actor, so we just skipped straight ahead to serial killer biopic. Well then, scene 2 when you're ready. Take 1.
Excuse me, miss. I worry about your safety, for you to be walking so late.
Excuse me, what are you doing? Sorry, did I miss a line? No, but why are you singing the dialogue? Oh, it's just a creative choice. Is there a problem? This isn't a musical. Right, and what makes you think I don't know that? Well, you were going into an original song. Sorry, I'm still not seeing the problem. It's not a musical number. Oh, I know, right. This isn't intended as a musical number per se. This is just the everyday sort of musical expression that you would sing in real life. How do you mean? You know, like how you sing through your problems when you're alone? Sorry, what? You know, like when you're working through an emotion and you sing a song to process it, and then like your friends show up out of nowhere and start dancing together in perfect sync, creatively incorporating the basketball, and it's like, man, that totally cheered me up. You do that? Everybody does that. Ted Bundy doesn't.
You know what? That is a great note.
Take 2.
It's dangerous for you to be out so late.
Sing again. Oh, was I? Yeah, you were for sure singing. The lines kind of blurred between singing and talking, to be fair. Right, well, this is something I want to be very clear about. Can you just do it again, this time without breaking into song? Gosh, I have to say, it just really feels like my character would burst into song at this point, but okay, I'll try. Don't try not to break into song. Just don't. I'm not sure I know how. I'm doing it right now. Haven't you played a non-singing character before? I'm thinking. I know I have. Take 3.
Breaking free!
Cut lyrics from High School Musical. That was my instinct. Confusing because the girl is singing in the scene. It'd be weird if I didn't. The girl isn't singing in the scene.
That would have been good to know.
Okay, I will make a note. I'm really trying to take direction and be open-minded to your non-musical vision, but can't we find a middle ground here? I'm not sure what that would even look like. Example, I think a fair compromise would be one song. We can't just have Ted Bundy in a standalone musical number if the entire rest of the movie isn't a musical. I wanted a full-length musical, but hey, this is your call. I just don't think a musical is the right vessel for such disturbing subject matter. You know, the last time I heard that, The Greatest Showman. The director was completely against it at first too. $400 million later, it started as a gritty, grisly biopic about the story of a man taking advantage of the disabled for profit, is now the most inspirational family musical classic of all time. But the film of Ted Bundy isn't meant to inspire people, but it can, with the power of original music. Studio, back me up.
Greatest Showman, but with Ted Bundy. I love it. Go.
Didn't you hear?
All I've heard this entire conversation is $400 million.
I think reenacting a murder through song trivializes the tragedy of the situation. What's more tragic than being murdered so abruptly in the middle of a perfectly good musical number? If you do another musical number, you just might be. Take 4. Cut. Was that a jazz and tap sequence? Oh, you picked up on that. Good. I was afraid I was playing it too subtle. Now, of course, those are just placeholder moves. Speaking of, have you hired a choreo? If not, I can't promise anything, but I think I can get us Kenny Ortega. No dancing. Singing or dancing? Oh, okay. Gosh, I disagree. I just really think this scene calls for a dance number. I could see your point on how the singing might not make sense in the scene, but I can't imagine why the dancing would be any sort of problem. Well, for starters, you're supposed to have a broken leg. Yes, well, I weighed that against what the tap number brings to the scene. And what on earth would that be? Frankly, I'm afraid the audience might find his character a bit off-putting. The scene is kidnapping more than just a bit off-putting. Exactly, but with a well-timed dance sequence with original choreography from Kenny Ortega, already that's a much more likable character. Also, you've brought up this Kenny Ortega quite a few times now. Should I know who that is? He only choreographed every Disney Channel musical between 2006 and 2009. That's 25. The man's a legend. Yes, well, you can tell Mr. Ortega we will not require his services as there will be absolutely no dancing in this movie. Dancing is how I connect to the character. I feel connected to Ted Bundy through jazz dance? I'm having a hard time playing this guy without the singing or the dancing. I mean, what's my character's motivation? What possible reason would he have breaking into dance while stalking a woman? We'd lose the audience with such an outstanding inconsistency to be quickly recaptivated by such an outstanding dance number. No singing, no dancing. Take 6. Would you help me take these groceries back to my car? That was perfect. but just don't do a jeté at the end. Oh, sorry, yeah. Take 7, take 8, take 9, 27. Cut no rapping. But you're certainly giving me a lot of creative limitations to work around as an actor. I think I've been very flexible with the no musical and the no tap dancing. At a certain point, you have to meet me halfway. Rap just doesn't seem to make any sense in this project. You know, the last time I heard that? Hamilton. The rest is $1 billion in rapping history.
Hamilton, but with Ted Bundy. I love it. Go.
Why don't we try a more true-to-life portrayal? Take 30. Excuse me, miss. Stop. What is it this time? Same thing as every time.
Background dancers step in a sync to form behind him.
No, guys, that's all been thrown out.
Background dancers disband anticlimactically.
I said realistic. Well, how can I without the kind of musical numbers he would stop to do in real life? How does a rehearse group dance in real life? Hey, don't bring my traveling ensemble of bros into this. You're the one who brought in the ensemble, and for the last time, it's not a musical.
As director, that's your call. This says the director is my call.
I will not have any part in a Ted Bundy musical, and neither will American moviegoers. $600 million at the box office.